Meghan asked the British royal family to apologize to her in response to King Charles's offer to return to Balmoral Castle. Is this Meghan throwing away her chance? Well, let's find out right now. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Before we really get into the video, I want to ask you a question. Have you ever seen somebody just throw opportunities out the window like they're bags of garbage? I simply don't believe that there are people who are really that stupid, but look at Meghan Markle. Happened with her. Obviously, she is a narcissist, and obviously she is incredibly fake. So recently, King Charles proposed that the deceitful duo Harry and Meghan would need to return to Britain next month and bring their 2 invisible children along with them. Seemed like a great opportunity for the gruesome twosome to regain the trust of the royal family. But let's remember, Harry and Meghan are a couple of idiots, and Meghan is not willing to humble herself in front of the royal family. I mean, come on. Apparently, she is requesting King Charles to apologize to her before she'll come back to England. And honestly, requests is probably not even the right word. Demanding is more like it. She knows good and well she's not going to get an apology. She has said that she's not going to go to the UK or especially bring the children there unless she receives an apology. So I guess that means she's off the hook. She doesn't have to come. And I'm sure she sees this as a win for herself. She simply cannot take the children there, so that's not a problem anymore. And she assumes that she's going to get so much sympathy from the public because the cruel royal family will not apologize to poor Meghan Markle and her poor invisible children. And then, just think about what would happen if the royal family did apologize. Oh my God. Then she would cry from the rooftops that she has been validated. She is the world's biggest victim. And if she were to succeed in convincing the public that she's a victim, well, then I guess she would be successful, but she's not going to do that. And, she's such a fake narcissist. I would say, if she somehow succeeded, I would say, all right, fine. Finally, she experienced a little bit of success in life, but it's not going to happen. And the media would report on Meghan, and she would get everybody's attention again, which is exactly what she's so desperate for. Even the fact that the king asked her to come back became a topic for Meghan to just stir up chaos in the media. Doesn't she get sick and tired of her own behavior, though? These games that she likes to play with the media, do they not get old even to her? She's not going to get an apology, and she knows that. So what does leaking this information really do for her? I really would like to know. Or maybe Meghan is asking for an apology because the Queen kicked her out of the UK. Wouldn't the Queen also need to be there? I don't think any of the living and working royal family members are going to apologize to Meghan Markle, and the late Queen wouldn't have either because they have nothing to apologize for. This point is a moot point. We all know this whole apology thing is just an excuse for Meghan to stay out of Britain. I'm guessing Harry doesn't even know what the apology is supposed to be for, and that's why he coyly went with, oh, they know what they have done. Harry couldn't remember what they did. Sometimes I do feel a little bit sorry for Harry because he married Meghan. I know. He chose to marry her, but still, I think Meghan is very calculating. She knew what she was doing. She's way more manipulative than Harry is. She's a lot smarter too. And I think Meghan would see all this asking for an apology as a win for herself. She's dangerous. She only thinks of herself. There is a point, though, where narcissists begin to realize that their angles are not working anymore, and so then they need to switch positions. The royal family is not going to apologize, though, and that's why Meghan says that she wants an apology. She's claiming that the entire family hurt her. She's a victim. Honestly, it's like a merry-go-round that's breaking down. Meghan needs a new ride. So what is she going to come up with to keep people interested? I don't know, but it's probably not going to work. She does need, though, to start coming up with some fresh excuses soon, or nobody's going to be interested in hearing what she has to say, like a broken record. And at this point, not many people are interested. You can only keep a paid fandom around for so long. And honestly, it's not going to hurt the royal family. She's done some insane things, but she hasn't truly damaged them. Of course, let me know if you disagree, but still, I don't think Meghan can ever admit that the royal family wants nothing to do with her, that the royals don't care about her. They understand they are dealing with some unhinged people. Meghan doesn't want to admit that she's afraid of the way the public is going to receive her. She's afraid of being booed. She's going to blame the royal family for not caring about her, for tricking her, for misleading her. But anyway, we're going to set that aside for now. I mean, sometimes it gets boring talking too much about this apology. So I want to talk a little bit about stuff that happened in the past. The time when Harry and Meghan left England and their family. Well, it's been 4 years now. Apparently, Meghan Markle was also having meetings with Hollywood people before she ever married Harry. She knew that she was going to come back to California. Supposedly, Harry and Meghan are now stronger than ever since they left their royal roles. According to their favorite cheerleader, Omid Scobie, Harry and Meghan are thriving since they stepped back from royal duties and made the move to the U.S. Scooby-Doo went on to say they seem to be existing in a different place, and that place is much healthier. Meghan famously spoke about how it was not enough to survive. We are now in the Thrive chapter. The language here is a little weird, but Thrive chapter, I guess, sounds okay. Now, supposedly, Harry is no longer held down by the mentality of the other working royals. Instead, he's finally found a supportive partner in Meghan Markle, who supposedly fights for Harry's beliefs, which has emboldened him, according to the source. Oh, and that's not all. Remember that Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, she had to remove herself from the drama of the royal family, according to a report. Speaking with People magazine, Scooby-Doo went into great detail about how Meghan is looking to move on from the past turmoil, but Harry still has a few loose ends to tie up with the family. According to scabies, Meghan is moving on. Meanwhile, Harry, the Duke of Sussex, still has unfinished business. Okay, then. I guess Meghan's doing great. She's encouraging her idiotic husband, and she's not bothered by anything going on. She's left the drama behind. No. I mean, come on. Who's going to believe that? And what is she needing an apology for? For the wedding that the taxpayers paid for, maybe? For that hug that Catherine didn't want to give her, maybe? For all the employees that she scared away? Or is it because the late queen kicked her out, like I mentioned at the start of the video? The only apology I think is appropriate here would be the royal family saying, sorry, we approved that marriage, gave you a wedding, gave you a title. Apologies for having the future King of England walk you down the aisle. And even more apologies for inviting you to Christmas at Sandringham before you even got married. Who is she kidding? If that happens, these apologies are going to go down in history as the most nonsensical apologies ever. But as usual, it's just a game that Meghan is playing. She's a liar. She loves to weave a narrative so complicated that she can't even keep track of her lies. And she doesn't want to go back and come face to face with the consequences of her words and actions. So instead, she demands something that she knows she's never going to get because she doesn't deserve it. And then she's got the perfect excuse to stay away. The reality is, Meghan owes them an apology, more than one, in fact. She really is a nasty piece of work. Has the royal family not given her and her dim-witted husband so many privileges? And still, the more Harry and Meghan talked, the more they went to the courts, the more reports we got from insiders showing how much the royal family did to try and protect Harry and Meghan. It has just made the two of them look like a couple of entitled teenagers. They do not appear to be grown people who experience real difficulties in life. I mean, they're the ones who have ruined their own reputations. And obviously, the royal family was way too tolerant with them. All right, so now I've got to mention the invisible children. So if Meghan doesn't have custody of the invisible children, she can't take them with her. So she tries to distract us from the speculation, and she tries to pull the wool over the eyes of the media by telling lies, claiming that she refuses to take them without the king apologizing publicly. And also, let's not forget, racists are going to go after her poor children in the UK. Her children, by the way, that according to the photos we have seen, do not appear to have a drop of black blood in them. Obviously, the real issue here is that it might be that Meghan can't take the children with her to visit Britain or even any of her good friends in the US. She's always traveling alone or with Harry. We see those weird blurry pictures of kids if she ever takes them anywhere, and we can't tell who those kids even are. Nobody is going to believe this line that Meghan is worried about the safety of her kids in the UK. What a load of BS. I mean, she just doesn't want to risk somebody getting a child's DNA from a hair strand or maybe a used cup, because then that person's going to have proof that the children are not really hers. And that's why she keeps them hidden away. She doesn't want anybody to see them or have access to them. I'm guessing this is her only motive. She refuses to go to the UK, and she demands an apology from the royal family to try to cover up the fact that her kids are not real. So alright, if the children are not really hers or don't exist or whatever, then maybe Meghan's solution is that she should also return to the royal family, and maybe she should apologize for all the lies that she told. I don't think it's going to work, but maybe doing that would make the royals feel sorry for her. Well, it would certainly make them feel more sorry for her than if she keeps on attacking them and keeps on demanding these empty apologies. Okay, folks, that is enough of that. I feel like I've been going on for too long now. I hope I didn't bore you all. I hope the information that I just brought to you is useful, and I would love to hear more about what you think. Your opinions are so valuable because they really enrich our discussions and help us approach topics from different angles. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye for now, and I'll be back to see you again soon in new videos on my YouTube channel.